hear from Catherine Mcguire from the San Francisco Police Department and Regina Zamuzinas from Accenture, who will share their work on developing tools to integrate change initiatives into SFPD strategic plan. So Catherine and Regina, please come up to the virtual stage.
Thank you, Jane, and always a tough act to follow, the mayor of San Francisco. Thanks, Mayor. I am Catherine Mcguire. I'm the Executive Director of the Strategic Management Bureau of the San Francisco Police Department. It was a position created by Chief Scott to unify sort of the resources necessary to coordinate and implement change in the police department. So we've been in the process of implementing US DOJ reforms for the last 5 years or so. And as we neared the 90% completion rate, we realized we needed to then turn our attention to an internally driven source of change set by community expectations and our strategic plans that were sort of suggested by the US DOJ for creation. We had about 4 of those, and we needed to align those strategic plans and their individual recommendations to our department-wide strategic vision and framework. And so with that, we needed a little bit of help to do that. And so Accenture came in, and I will hand it off to Regina to let her talk a little bit more about it.
Thanks, Catherine. So Regina Zamuzinas, I was the lead on the Accenture side of our collaborative endeavor here. So we really worked in the first couple of weeks alongside SPD to understand really what was at the core of some of these challenges, especially focusing on internally within the organization and a lot of these changes and what that was doing to kind of the culture and how that was impacting folks at SFPD. So we took kind of a 4-pronged approach. We were lucky to have a rather large team. The first area we focused on was what we called our initiative inventory and prioritization tool. So this was really a way to, at a very detailed level, tie individual changes and things that SFPD was doing to some of these larger DOJ initiatives and strategic goals as an organization. Secondly, we had our change management charter and related tools and templates that we created. So this was meant to be a framework that SFPD can use to implement future changes effectively and clearly as an organization. The tools and templates were really supportive of that change management charter, specific templates and documents to help engage stakeholders, track these changes, and develop communication plans and strategies. And then finally, we are actually still working on our video, which you'll see a snippet of at the end here today. And this is an internal communication tool that will be shared with SFPD to kind of discuss, address the changes that have been going on, share what we've done in this program a little bit, and kind of a call to action and thank you to officers and staff at SFPD to get involved with the changes and that more changes will come. So going into some highlights and aha moments, I won't get into too much detail here because I'll cover the interviews and workshops on the next 2 slides. But really the key thing was the openness and having difficult conversations, albeit mostly virtually, with various folks at SFPD. It really just highlighted their passion to serve the community and willingness to want to further grow and develop the organization. So we first kicked off 37 30-minute virtual interviews with various officers and staff at SFPD. And through those interviews, we were able to kind of distill a lot of the feedback and thoughts that we got into 3 key personas that highlight where folks are with regards to all the changes that have been going on, how they're impacted, what they would like to see, and kind of where they want to be. So with this feedback, we were able to hold an in-person workshop actually at SFPD headquarters. And we took a lot of the feedback from the interviews, kind of digested it and grouped it into like categories, and through that developed our North Star vision, which ended up being the kind of basis of our change management charter. So really great collaboration, lovely to see folks in person, a rare occurrence of this last year. And here's kind of a snippet of our final deliverables. I'll hand it off to Catherine again here.
Thanks again, Regina. So the excellent thing, and Regina touched on this, was about this project and Accenture in particular, was their ability to really identify, we came in with this big need And they were ready to tackle that, but then they identified other needs and adjusted the scope accordingly and realized that they needed to deliver, they wanted to deliver some additional materials or additional deliverables. And so those are the ones outlined on the screen. And those deliverables really serve as our playbook for change in the department, so that even if we don't go through every step in each of these playbooks, we have at least thought of them, and thought about how they are relevant. So further, really the process that Accenture ran, engaging our internal membership, both illuminated and demonstrated some key and easy adjustments that SFPD leadership could make in order to engage our personnel through change, engage them and incorporate their feedback in change. Representative of that feedback, things like a desire for recognition, a way to contribute to changes. We needed to find a way to communicate that change in general, what has happened, how we've been thankful for them, and what sort of communicate three things. So our gratitude for the unbelievable amount of change they've absorbed in the last 5 years and done so with great success, that we will continue to be making change, and that they are the future of SFPD and we need their input as a result. And so Regina has a short video from our video to show just that.
Is our collective work, but everybody has a responsibility and a role. What I want everybody to remember is this. This is your department. This is your future. And you have more power than many of you think that you have to shape your own future. We listen to you. We hear you. And we have to do more of that. The future is yours. It really is. And believe me, you have more power than what you think. We've gone through a lot of change in this department in the last 4.5, 5 years, and there's a lot more to come. But
So I'll just wrap up here. It was just a snippet, like we said, of our video. Big thanks to the team, and hand it back over to you, Jane.
Thank you, Catherine, Regina, for sharing your thoughtful work. I am so excited to see SFPD take change management to the next step. And, so just to close out the program, we've heard a lot about these impactful and innovative Civic Bridge projects. And I hope those of you in the audience were as inspired as I was about what can happen when there's public-private partnerships and how we can drive civic change together when we work together. If you're interested in learning more about our projects or about future opportunities to collaborate with the Office of Civic Innovation, we encourage you to sign up for our newsletter on our website at innovation.sfgov.org. Again, that's innovation.sfgov.org. And finally, let me end this celebratory event with big gratitude to our Civic Bridge cohort who spent the last 4 months working together, thinking creatively, and dedicating their skills and expertise to, once again, drive that civic change in San Francisco. So thank you to our project teams. Thank you to our audience for tuning into our Civic Bridge Innovation Showcase. And have a great day, everyone. Stay well.